What do you think has happened in Haldwani exactly?
I am looking at it through a slightly. There are two issues in the Haldwani case. So first, I'll give a brief background of what the Haldwani case is about. The residents of this place called Gafur Basti in Haldwani contend that as per 1907 office memorandum, their ancestors purchased certain plots in this area which they contend is a Nazul land, which is a government free land, non-agricultural purposes, right? There is also a railway line that's passing through it, the ownership of which was passed in to the railways sometime in 1950s, right, around that area. So the railway contends that this is our property, and to that extent we are the ones, you are encroaching on our land. Meanwhile, Gafur Basti residents say that, oh, there was an office memorandum, this was passed, and that's why we are the ones who have the ownership for it. In 2016, by the way, the High Court ordered the railways to remove encroachment in that area. So, unlike what a lot of people are being deluded to believe, that one sudden morning in 2022, railways got up and said, hey, just get out of our land. That is not what's happening. This dispute has been in place since 2016, right? In 2017, the state of Uttarakhand sought a review of this decision, which was rejected. And they went ahead. The railways was supposed to go ahead with the entire removal of encroachment exercise. In 2017, again they said, Gafur Basi resident said that, oh, we need to at least hear our side also, and that's when this dispute came about, right? On December 20th last year, Uttarakhand High Court ordered a demolition of structures on that land, holding that there was indeed an encroachment after listening to the plea of Gafur Basti residents. And they said that this land belongs to railways, and to that extent, they have the authority to remove you from that land. Last week, after an urgent listing of this, Supreme Court bench said that there was a human right angle associated with it, and you will have to find a workable solution to rehabilitate the residents of Gafur Basti. And post today, we know that the privilege of finding a workable solution on rehabilitation or saying that there is a human rights angle involved does not exist for everyone, certainly not for the residents of Joshimath. Now, there are two problems. One, for the largest time, I was viewing it as an issue of law and order, where a certain side conveniently chooses to not believe that their land, they are encroaching on the property. What is important to note is Supreme Court also never said that they are not encroaching on the property, right? Supreme Court said, oh, we need to find a workable solution because you can't throw out, I don't know, 50,000 odd people in winters, right? So I'm not commenting on the human rights angle, but what needs to be noticed here is what a lot of people are deluded or not mentioning about this entire thing is that Supreme Court also may somewhere like agree with Uttarakhand High Court's reasoning. Everybody knows that there was a land which was encroached on, and nobody wants to sort of take a hard stand. They took a hard stand in
Spell it out.
Joshimath, but they do not want to take a hard stand in Haldwani, which is what makes me very curious. Why this sort of a double standard from the same court? So I think a lot remains to be seen here. As I said, for the larger part, for me, it was a legal battle, a law and order issue. But only after today's difference in reasoning of urgent hearing, whether, where they disallowed urgent hearing by Joshimath residents, but they allowed it for Haldwani residents, is what makes me curious that whether a deeper issue lies, whether there is a sort of differential treatment. I would like to believe that there is none, but it's very hard to convince oneself why the court would take such a different view.
Absolutely, especially considering the fact that with Joshimath residents, it's not like they're on the wrong side of the law
Yes,
at
they
all.
are the victims
They're suffering
for
because
an
of
NTPC project, right?
they're the
Yes, they
victims.
are. They are victims, and here in this case, as I said, the
So
best
they're
part is nobody is
victims.
denying that there was an encroachment. I think on some level, everybody accepts that there is an encroachment, and I think it's just for the Supreme Court to kind of see how do they deal with illegal encroachment. Today, it's one person who's illegally encroaching. Tomorrow, it will be many others. And will you set a precedent like this with everybody? So I think a lot remains to be seen there.
Yeah, and even the wordings of the court were very, very interesting insofar as, the court went on to say that it does not think that it needs to interfere into every issue, and that the issue should be dealt with by by the appropriate authorities. So the appropriate authorities could have dealt with the issue in the case of Halvani as well.
Precisely.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.